Hello and welcome to AD4TVRadio Weekly Review, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I am Jessica Ochai. This is a review of the top stories this past week. The highly expected inauguration of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund Standing Committee on Research and Development at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja took place on Thursday in the Nigerian capital, Abuja. The inauguration in the Congress Hall of Transcorp Hilton Hotel was chaired by the Minister of Education, Alhaji Adamu, who was represented by the Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajuba. The committee members, drawn from a pool of Nigerian researchers and innovators, representatives of relevant MDAs, and the private sector, will drive TET Fund's intervention policy in public tertiary institutions towards the nation's economic and technological competitiveness. It is chaired by Emeritus Professor Njida Gadzama. Executive Secretary of TET Fund, Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro, said at the inauguration that massive investment in research would bring about the much-needed development in the country. In his presentation, the Chairman Emeritus Professor Njida Gadzama highlighted the plans of the committee to ensure the success of the committee's goals. All eyes are now on the newly inaugurated committee to see how they tackle their important assignment. A man has always been seen as a senior member of the human gender, since he traditionally provides for the family financially. But with the advent of activism by feminist and girl child advocates, as well as the rising profile of some women as breadwinners, the narrative is changing. However, there has been a recent alarm to the effect that career and successful women are a fright to prospective suitors. AD4TV radio crew sampled opinion on the subject.
It's just our position as a man, basically as a default. That's our position. But you know, when it comes to when women have the financial balance, so men are feeling they are just intimidated because they don't have the resources to cater for the family, whereby it's the women that do that. So I found it as a threat. Left to me is a threat and a challenge also.
Yes, they do. Why? Because some of those successful men, they don't like submission. They don't want to be submissive, and men like women that can be submissive.
Some women these days that they are very opportune, the parents are rich. They are opportune to go school on time, they have everything. Someone like average man like me, I'm a very sound man, but I'm not a graduate. You understand me? I might see someone working in any ministry, which I feel I can marry this girl. But at the end of the day, I will be afraid. The parents is rich. If the girl is not homely, she's not well trained from the parents, how would I go after her? It will not work because I'll be afraid. She has car, she was operating in levels of, in ministry where she work.
Also within the week in review, civil society organizations and women's rights activists got a mention in our news stories. We told you that they were unhappy about the rise in rape cases in Nigeria. One of the reasons advanced by some observers is the mode of dressing of the rape victim. But should the way an individual dresses be an invitation to rape? Our correspondent has a report on this.
According to a report, about 3 in 10 Nigerians disclosed that they know someone who has been raped in the past, and the rape victims were particularly minors and young adults aged between 1 to 15 years and 16 to 25 years respectively. This statistic implies that 1 in every 3 girls would have experienced at least one form of sexual abuse by the time they reach 25 years. The United Nations Children's Fund reported in 2015 that 1 in every 4 girls and 1 in every 10 boys had experienced sexual violence before the age of 18 years. The way women dress is routinely cited as an incitement to rape. Women are often judged on the basis of the way they present themselves, with references to sheer and clinging fabrics, low-slung jeans, and low-cut tops, bare midriffs, short skirts, and liberally applied makeup on which a sexual assault took place. Some residents believe that clothing is a relevant indicator of a victim's attitude or intent, hence the reason for an ensuing rape.
Yeah, of course, I will say that is it, because as I've said earlier, there's a saying that says salvation is an inward experience and outward manifestations. Your inwards reveal to people exactly who you are. So if you are not exactly maybe that's who you are outside, you don't need to dress like that. So your dressing tells people exactly who you are, I think.
It's part of it. It's part of it. Some ladies dress abnormal intentionally. Well, some ladies that doesn't dress well, to me, they are harlots. That's the type of thing they are looking for. In fact, they are looking for men to lure into such. Because that's the kind of human beings they are. Some of them do it for money, but not knowing that it will lead them to the one they don't want. And some men will just rape them.
It may surely be a reason why it should be raped, because there's a proverb that says that appearance matters a lot. The way you appear, that is the way people address you. Understand? But so those guys you see that they are dressing anyhow, some people there is because of the kind of movie and the kind of things they see. When they see people wearing short things, they feel like let them to copy and wear short things, but they don't know the rules and the regulation of those things.
Others of the opinion that dressing is not and should not be an invitation to rape. It is not an excuse since minors and fully clad women have been reported to have been raped. Despite the widespread outcry over the rising cases of rape in Nigeria, there seems to be no end to the incidents.
Certainly not a reason to commit rape. First of all, if we are disciplined from inside, from within, what you see should not propel you to committing crime. Rape is a crime. And it is not something that just because of the way someone is dressing. If you are disciplined, you can hold yourself as an adult and be able to overlook whatever you see, irrespective of the dressing. As much as I'm not advocating for, dressing that is provocative, or which most of our young girls do wear these days. Mostly young girls, not only young girls, but most of them are. Most young girls dress in a way that men feel that is a good reason for them to do what is, for them to commit that very rape or sexual offenses.
It can, but it shouldn't. The way we dress can be a reason to be raped, but it should not be a reason for us to be raped. Just because you're wearing a mini skirt doesn't mean that this other person has the right to rape you, or this guy has the right to rape you. And just because you feel like you want to wear a mini skirt doesn't mean you should, because it can also be a temptation. So
we take a break now. When we return, raping and impregnating of mentally unstable women in focus. Please stay with us. Details coming up shortly.
My name is Ehi Ohiani.
My name is Coach Sam.
My name is Ene Ede.
My name is Dr. Henry Owando.
Keep watching AD4TV Radio.
And keep watching AD4TV Radio.
Keep watching AD4TV Radio.
I'd like you to stay tuned to AD4TV Radio, and you'll never miss a beat.
AD4TV Radio, reliable and credible.
Welcome back. You're watching AD4TV Radio Weekly Review. Following the recent spike in rape cases, statistics have shown that women who are mentally unstable are not left out. They get raped and impregnated by perpetrators. The reason for engaging in such an act is still unknown. We went out to get answers to the worrisome incidents.
Show that mental illness of that rapist as well, because I feel a rapist is mentally ill, should actually seek help, if need be, because if someone can rape unstable mental person, it can actually equate it to that same issue of raping underage girl of 6 months, a year, and what have you. So trust me, the whole thing is just a mental illness of the rapist itself. So the person should seek help.
For me, I don't really understand that the reason why people raped mad women. I believe mad women are supposed to have a mad man as her boyfriend or husband. So anybody that raped mad woman, maybe I believe is a madman. it's not normal. It's not normal.
Do it for a reason, maybe probably for ritual stuff or something. So maybe whoever wants to do this stuff for them told them to go and sleep with a mad person and all that. That's the only reason why I feel anybody in his right sense can just go and sleep with a mad person, because it's not ideal to go and sleep with a mad person. It's not ideal at all, except for that reason.
In our society, many things is going on. People, all these ritualists, looking for money, quick money. So they use maybe those kind of people. So you get it. So our society, everybody want to get money all the time. You understand? So they want to get quick money. So maybe they are the people that are using those mad people.
Contrary to popular notion, not all sickle cell patients are anemic. This was the assertion of Rabi Maidunama, a sickle cell advocate, during an interview with AD4TVRadio.
I remember not every sickle cell patient is anemic.
Yes.
Yes, it could be. Yes, for us, people will think we're anemic. But for me, if my PCV is 28, is 30, I'm not anemic. But for a normal person, probably they'll think I'm anemic. But because I have this disorder, there's a limit to what I'll call anemia, because I'll require blood transfusion and all that. And growing up, I never had, my complications were not with the blood transfusion.
On tackling female genital mutilation, AD4TVRadio crew within the week took the question of whether the practice should be allowed to continue or brought to an end. Here is the package we brought to you on the topic.
I don't think there is benefit, because female circumcision, in the past, Mary Celeste came with that motive and opinion to fight killing of twins. And during that era, they have entered into cancellation of female circumcision. Female circumcision, you see, woman vulva, as God have made it, it's not something that you can add an artificial, like a means of, let's say, surgery or any kind of on it, because it's like if you circumcise a woman, my mother told me that the woman would rarely have urge for man. But when she goes into the urge, you can't satisfy her. But that is not even the real disadvantage we have in female circumcision. We do have trauma, bleeding. If a woman is circumcised during delivery, if it can lead to bleeding, trauma, and there it can lead to loss of life. So in medical field, they have been giving out campaign concerning this female circumcision. So it's not, I don't think it's something that we can encourage our society to involve into.
I will tell you that this thing should not be allowed anymore. From research, we've discovered that it's of more disadvantage. It's of no advantage to us. So why should we keep it? It's dangerous to the person concerned. Why should we continue? You should get it out. But one thing is that before you decide that something should be erased or you should continue with it, you must have gone into your research, see how good it is. We've seen from the beginning that the practice is bad. Why are we retaining it? Let's get it out.
Remember, coronavirus is real. Ensure you wash your hands regularly. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Wear your mask, besides maintaining social distancing. That does it for our weekly review. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TVRadio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TVRadio as well. Many thanks for watching. I am Jessica Ochai.